Okay, recording's in progress. I think I'll leave it there so I don't screw up. I should stop.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hi, Asia. Glad you could make it from the homeland of Wisconsin. Back where our seventh grandmother earlier came from.
Hi Dean. Hi Ava. Hi Angie.
So, I unmuted us. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Oh, he's on.
Hey.
Hi.
All right, Dawn and
I wore my special memorial hat.
Oh my God.
Looks like a really long bill.
Holy
That's
cow.
pretty good.
That's amazing.
That's why I've had my head upturned so it looks normal in the camera.
That's
What's it say?
It's something about fishing. It's
Got it.
I can't read it all out.
it's long.
I can't remember it is the thing.
It looks like the intro, like on Star Wars.
Yeah,
That would be a cool hat.
that would be a really cool hat. I'd
There
love to
was
have the Star
once
Wars
was a
intro just
lake in a
written all the way
valley
down
far
the
away.
brim.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi Angie. Hi Eva. Hi Dean. Hi buddy.
Hi.
And you might see Dawn McCormick down there. That's my husband's sister and her husband from San Diego.
Welcome, Dawn.
Yeah. And
Hi.
then the very beautiful lady sitting by herself smiling is Jan, my best friend in the world. So Jan, we have a combination of Harrigan's cousins, my mom's side, Fisher cousins, my dad's side, and friends and people that just love each other. Just everywhere, a screen full. Gail and Doc, okay. Nice hat, Gail.
Ash and I aren't exactly dressed up, but we were out camping, so we don't have any nice 30s style jazzy dresses out here. But we sure do have some nice mountains. We're in Valdez, so I hope those of you that aren't in trees are living vicariously because we're doing pretty good on trees around here.
I forgot to wear my 30s jazz stuff.
Well,
All that 30s jazz stuff that I own.
well, this could just be our dry run. We can do it all again next week. There's one thing, and that's there's no shortage of fun stuff to talk about in this father figure's lifetime, and of course, mom and all that stuff. I mean, trying to put together a memorial was just like, oh man, where do you even start or end or get in the middle of? And so, anyway, we'll see how it all goes. We'll see how we did.
I didn't want to be left out, so I went and got my hat.
Nice, Clark.
I feel right at home.
Yeah, all right.
We went to Eugene and had that made for him.
You're kidding.
Whoa,
Must
nice.
fit perfectly.
Custom made. It's basically custom fit. Well, and then he shapes it, but he didn't make it. A Guatemalan lady probably got 25 cents a day to make it. So,
Wow, looks great.
but he does a very wonderful job of any era you want. You know,
Wow, that's cool.
and you got to wait 3 months before you get your hat.
Oh,
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
It could take longer.
well, fun. It's worth it.
Yeah, well, some of the hats I've seen look like some that he may have made, or it comes from his era.
Yeah. Eva's pretty good at making hats too. Oh, I don't think she's here yet. She might be wearing one of hers when she does show up. Hi,
No, Sarah showed up.
hi, Mitch and Holly. Hi, Sarah.
Hey there.
I guess I can start. I was kind of waiting for Tommy to show up. Does anybody know if Tommy's coming?
Well, it says Kim Fisher's up and on there. She just doesn't have anything. She has her stuff muted and no picture.
Mm-hmm. Tony's off. Tony's off there.
Nice to go outside. It's a nice day to think about it.
Hi, Brett.
Where's Brett?
He's down at the bottom middle on my screen.
I don't see Brett. Maybe my screen's got as full as it can get.
Are you scrolling up and down?
Oh, is there a scroll?
Well, there is on my iPad. Left and right, and up and a down.
Too bad you can't get this on TV. Today's TVs are the size of a wall.
Yeah, I think you can. Just bleed
Yeah,
right on over.
Yeah, I could cast it through my Apple. Good idea.
Yep. Well, Rob, do you want to call Tommy and see if he's actually on or not?
Oh, yeah, I will.
I don't want to start without Tommy. Some of the best funny jokes are him, and he should get to see him.
Is Ivy drinking Steel Reserve?
Yeah, Dad's drink. Sorry. I meant to send you all some.
I'm gonna run to the store. I'll be right back.
I'm impressed. I thought you were just showing it to us. I didn't know you'd drink it with us.
And believe me, just one is all you need. So I'll probably go crazy. I usually split it with Dad or Rob.
Well, they don't have any on the menu here.
Oh, shoot. Well, at least you checked it out.
The Dow's looks different.
The Dalles is Yakima, Washington right now.
Okay.
We're on our way back from, we went to Leavenworth for our 20th anniversary. And so we're on our way back. We're on our way
anniversary.
Back. Had to stop at a brewery halfway to meet the 12 o'clock.
As one does,
deadline.
yes.
Sounds like you're doing it right.
You had to stop, did you?
Yeah.
We had to. we couldn't let Ivy drink alone.
Well, no.
Somebody had to drink with her, and I don't see anybody else with a beer in their hand. So
I think
let's pause everything. Everybody go get a drink.
Well, that's a good idea.
Still waiting for my Steel Reserve to show up.
Check the UPS.
That's it.
Well, I think the 20th should be the beer anniversary. I think that's what it should be. So good on you.
Well, I thought all anniversaries were beer anniversaries.
I just made a 5-gallon batch of beer. I'm going to call it Rod's beer.
Nice.
This time of year, I'll make a batch of Rod's beer.
Nice,
Oh,
Clark.
nice.
That's very cool. Very cool.
Too bad it's not ready. I would share it with you.
Somehow.
We'll be there next year, Clark.
Well, we'll try and time it better then.
Bring it to the reunion.
Hello?
Bring it to the reunion.
Oh, it's pretty heavy, 5 gallons.
You're not walking.
Where's the reunion?
It's in Wallace this year.
Oh, well, that's just a hop, skip, and a jump from here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only 5 gallons. We said reunion.
It's gonna be like the Scots in Boston.
I better bring 10 5-gallons. Now, that would be heavy.
Or you can bring your 5-gallon and Eric can bring his.
Yeah, that's what we'll make it. Everybody has to make a 5-gallon batch of beer, and we'll meet Wallace.
The Clark, the reunion is August 8th, is it?
Second weekend in August.
Yeah. In Wallace.
Just before my birthday, so we can celebrate my birthday at the
That's
same
right,
time.
we can.
Right.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I have a whole bunch of old plates from that Whoretown Wallace.
Oh, the whore
Plates.
town.
They're glass plates.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Before the fire burned it down, I guess.
Oh, cool.
A little bit of history at Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you end up with them, Clark?
I worked in a studio where the owner, a part owner, he was old and retired, but he was the photographer that shot these. And I told him, give them to the museum. No, they won't give me nothing for them. So I ended up they were being wasted. So I took them and I stole them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
He didn't
I like
care.
I like the guts, Ivy, to ask how he got those plates from that place.
Well, if you decide you ever want them to come back, you can mail them to me and I'll get them to the right place.
He knows the people
Well,
that
some of
own the
them are
museum.
glass plates.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a nice
building from her sweatshop or something.
What are
Are
you
you
doing,
cooking?
Sarah?
What are you doing?
Looks like he's running a stamping mill in the background.
Okay, we better get started or this thing just may not start at all. Okay, I have to warn you all that some reason when I go in to share my screen, my mouse disappears. So if something crazy happens, Zon is your go-to tech, and who knows what'll happen. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea, but just thought I should warn you.
God forbid you lose your mouth.
Yeah.
Just terrible. Oh, speaking of mouths, this isn't like a scripted show or anything. It's just some pictures, some fun, walking through Dad's life. If you don't see pictures of you or your kids, it's because you didn't send me any. So there are some people who just won't show up in this show. But if you want to send them to me later when you realize you're not in the show, feel free and I'll add it and make a kind of recording that everybody can watch again that they didn't see at this time. Anyway, we're recording it so other people who didn't make it can make it and see it later. And so please add your thoughts as we go and know that all the fun that was Dad's life and is still all of our lives, is ongoing. So just break in. I don't have any script. You won't mess me up because I'm so messed up to start with. There's no way to make that any worse. Yep, my mouse has disappeared. Okay. Well, we'll see if the buttons work. Okay, Dad died right before his 95th birthday, so pretty damn good genetics, I'd say. And even when he had problems, he just kept surviving all of them. It was just incredible. But here's the dad I think that comes to mind for all of us pretty quickly is him up in the attic room doing his fun stuff, dragging us up there to watch his next video or his next game. Oh, this is something Matt made. Oh, Matt hasn't showed up.
Matt has to work today.
Yeah.
Oh,
He-
bummer.
Yeah, you're gonna shoot in LA.
Yeah, he made this for Dad's 80th. So some of you might have seen it that came to his little 80th Zoom party, which was kind of fun. Bringing in the cool since 1931.
That'd be a good beer label.
Yeah, that's
It
a
would
great
be.
beer label, Clark. Use that one.
That looks like a beer label.
It does. It does. Okay, so a lot of you might know he started up on the prairie in Alberta, and the way he tells the story is, his job was to go get water for the family, and he'd have to fight the ground squirrels in the mud hole to take home a bucket of water for his family. And everybody from the grandpas to the little 2-year-olds would dip in the same bucket and drink out of the same ladle. And it might say something about why his immune system was so fantastic.
That picture, by the way, is a drawing Dad did of a tractor that's out in our pasture.
Oh, I didn't know. Thanks for adding that.
Yep, he did it for Doc.
Ah, cool. So this is just little family history as far as the fellow way over there on the left is my great grandpa. And he and the Grandma Ada right next to him are the ones that went up to Homestead. They're the first ones to come to Whitefish in 1904. And then after they'd been in Whitefish a while, then the homesteading opened up in Canada and they headed up there. And so then I've got that big arrow, and that just shows the same guy, Harry Fisher, but not with my grandpa. The guy holding the little baby is actually my dad's uncle, and that baby is one of my dad's cousins. It just kind of gives you the flavor of the time. And then, of course, my grandpa's down below there with the book, quite the reader. And I don't know, for all of you guys that know my grandson, Ben, that picture looks a lot like my grandson.
It really does.
It does. It really does.
Yep. And then that's Grandpa Hal on the horse right next to it. By then, you can see he's got an eye patch because the horse kicked out his eye. So I guess I got to tell the story that years later, I lived in their house in Whitefish. And even though I knew there some of his glass eyes must be around there somewhere, still, when I opened this beautiful little jewelry box one day, there's this eyeball staring at me. I obviously just screamed and jumped, and the eyeball went bouncing along the floor, bounced down the stairs.
I remember that, Ivy.
Yeah, I do too. And Grandpa said, "Hey, be careful with my eye there."
And then he laughed.
Yeah.
Because he thought that was hilarious.
And for Clark and Corey, the Fisher cousins that are here, they definitely know this whole group together. Dad and his sister Colleen and his brothers Joe and Dale and his mom. And then right next to that's the picture of one of his aunts, maybe Gail remember who, but she had a boarding house in Portland, Seattle somewhere, and some old guy told her that he'd hidden a bunch of gold actually near Idaho Falls. And so this aunt shows up, and I was probably in my early 20s, so I wasn't part of this. I'd moved away from home, but I guess Luke and Dad and I don't know who all else went out there and tried to they tried to find out how to find this gold, and I don't know if they actually used dynamite or I can't remember the story. Do you remember it?
Well, Dad, Luke, and I went camping up at Heisey Hot Springs looking for the gold one time. All we found was 2 bottles of Jack Daniels, so that was a bust. Well, we actually brought them with us.
Oh, okay.
But his aunt actually went up there and with dynamite and blew up a bunch of stuff, and she claims she never found it, but she did seem to have lots of money for the rest of her life. So Dad believed that she had actually found it and just refused to tell anybody, which was probably smart.
Very smart, very smart. Anyway, so some color there. And then here's the old mercantile that Grandma Ada, great Grandma Ada.
Is that what it looked like when you were there?
Yeah.
Was that a comment? Guess not. So yeah, it's your classic, mercantile look from that era. There was a dance floor up above that, so Grandma not only sold stuff, she'd have dances however often and make money that way too. And then later they turned the upper story into where they actually lived. And so when Dad was a teenager, and I'll get to that in probably just the next slide or two, Grandma was actually staying up in the top part of this in the summer, and Dad would go back up there as a 8th grader or so, and bring in wood for his grandma was his only chore all day. I went up there in maybe, I don't know, the 90s, and Dad had let him use the building to burn down to try out, their fire stuff. Sorry.
I have photographs of all the contents that was in there that got stolen.
You do? Wow.
Yeah, so at least, and a picture of the building. It looked just like that when I was there.
Yeah.
Actually, one on the right looks a little worse. But all the contents that was in there. There's beds, sideboards, old stoves. The shelves were all falling down. I photographed those, and
Wow.
I understand now it's probably tore down. So too
Yeah.
bad. And both Rod and my dad, or any of the aunts and uncles, could have brought all that stuff down to the States, but nobody really wanted it. And my dad said he didn't want to worry about going from Canada to the United States. You know, they would probably tax the hell out of you, is what he said.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, the stuff was old. You know, if you're into antiques, there was a lot of antiques there. And I couldn't imagine what was on the floor. You know, it had fallen down.
Oh, yeah.
But very interesting.
I have a tobacco plug cutter from that store.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of a cutter?
Tobacco plug.
Oh, cool.
Tobacco used to come in like these big long sausage kind of things. When somebody bought a plug, it's like almost like a guillotine slicer. They just slice the plug off.
Yeah.
I have a teapot from that store.
Way cool.
Yeah, I think an old match
happened?
I have, but I got it from Grandma, so she probably brought it from there, but it looks like something that would have come from there.
Yeah.
So do you ever use a teapot?
Yes, I did for many years. And then finally the crack that was in it cracked too far. And so now it leaks, and it's just a decoration that reminds me of the homestead in Canada.
Cool.
Yeah.
My dad said it got so cold up there on the roof, they would pee off the roof. It would freeze before it hit the ground.
That sounded like a fisher.
Yeah, sure.
I believe it.
What does anybody know when that was sold or when it left the family?
Yeah, we do, because
10 years or so.
Dad did not sell it. He actually gave that piece just back to the state or the county, province, whatever, and they used it for fire practice to burn down the house. And when I went there, and Ethan was with me too, and Dad, it was just, a heap of stuff in a hole. But Grandpa did have 20 acres across the street from that, that Dad kept for quite a while, and then finally sold. And when you saw Dad all of a sudden building stuff in Whitefish and spiffing up his house, that's because he had just sold that last 20 acres.
One time, Grandpa sold it to me, but that's why I photographed the contents.
Oh.
And then he sent me for what, $1,000, and then sent me a letter and said, "Well, here's your money back because everything's been broken into and stolen." So the roof was a metal tin roof.
Right.
The ceiling.
The ceiling in there was one of those impressed metal ceilings. Somebody, when they tore it down or what, should have taken that, because restaurants love those.
Oh, yeah. That would have been so nice to have. That's cool, Clark. I didn't know that. Thanks for adding that. So then they moved to Whitefish because of the Dust Bowl in the 30s, and everybody was going broke. And I guess we had one, I don't know if it was an Umber or a Fisher uncle. Umber was my grandmother's maiden name. But one of the uncles up there didn't have any kids or anything, and he kind of bought everybody's land as they left so they'd have some money to move with. And so people got out of there, and our grandparents were just the same, moved to Whitefish and took one of their, it was like a 4-room apartment building Grandma had built, and they turned it into one house. And so that's where our grandparents, our Fisher grandparents, then lived, and Dad grew up in that house. So this is just kind of a conglomeration. I just thought that one little sailboat picture that he gave his parents in 1938, he's only 6. Oh, it says 7. But anyway, cute as hell and very well done. And Dad had that sitting on a shelf, and I honestly didn't know who did it. I never turned it over. And it wasn't until Dad moved to Bozeman to the Springs and I was collecting stuff for him. And I thought, oh, he might like this little, sailboat picture. Probably a grandkid made it for him. And I turned it over and went, oh my gosh, all the time I've looked at this, I didn't know it was like, as far as we know, Dad's first sailboat picture. And then the picture right under that one, to me, looks like the old schoolhouse, that first schoolhouse that was right across from their railway house on the river, which I guess our grandpa Hal, my dad's dad, was the first grade class, or the first when school opened, he was in that school. And then later, Dad tells the story of it. It was all broken down and had ghosts in it and stuff. And Dad tells the story of scaring the people coming off the watch at midnight from the roundhouse. Friends would get up there, make scary sounds, and they just loved it to see grown men race away from the building.
Did Grandpa Hal ever tell you the story of the beaten hitch?
Oh yeah, and then Dad related it later.
I think I have that big poster that Dad used to have up in the attic for the beaten hitch.
I think I have the brass plates that may have been made from it, but they were advertisement that he had. And what happened was Henry Ford invented the tractor. He didn't need no horse hitches anymore. So
right.
They got bust.
Yeah, but that would have
They
been.
were going to get rich.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been it. Oh, hi, Ash. I didn't notice that you showed up. Good to have you here. So yeah, then we get into Dad being a, middle schooler, high schooler. And when he went to Canada, he said he couldn't go farm because, he didn't know how to farm and he was just in the way. So he'd hang out all day and play a piano that once he told me, most of his life, he told me it was in the lodge there. But then later in life, he said it was in the school. So I don't know if he changed the story when it got older or if there's a piano in both. But at any rate, on the prairie,
he must be hiding something.
Yeah. It's also, and my sisters might be able to tell tell what they remember. But he said Grandma Ada made her money by working in a factory at 16 cents per hour, is what I thought I had heard my whole life. And then later, when Dad was about 94, and I did some interviewing of him on Grandma Ada, he changed it to 10 cents per hour. But now here's the problem. I'm getting older too. So I don't know if I'm senile or he's senile. We're both senile. We're both making up stories at this point.
A game of senile telephone.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, Dad got into the whole jazz scene, which he wasn't rare in this actually. That all throughout Montana, even in little towns, just like we later saw in the '70s, where people started picking up a guitar and playing rock. In Dad's era, they were picking up their horns and playing jazz, and sharing jazz stuff. So the thing that Dad did that was probably a little different is he was really interested into arranging the music and writing out the parts for everybody. And so, but he never really was a piano player. And I really mean that. I don't think he ever really was. But he did.
Fooled me.
Yeah, exactly. He learned to fool people and he learned to fake it really well. But what he really kicked ass on was his trombone. He could just play as good as anybody out there and play around. Yeah, it was fantastic. But his piano, yeah, he definitely could pull off a gig very well.
Well, Ivy, I don't know if most people know this or not, but Dad actually wanted to play the sax.
But it cost too much, right?
Yeah, he wanted a sax. His mom was saying she would, try and get him a sax, and his dad kind of put his foot down and said, well, we can't afford a saxophone, but we can afford this trombone. And he gave him a trombone, and that's why Dad learned to play it. But he wanted to be a sax man. And one of the watercolors that he did after he had his stroke is of a sax man. And oddly, every time I see it, it looks to me like Dad's face playing the sax. I think that was a dream he had for a long time.
He told me when he was learning the piano and he got bored up in Canada, he went out and made money shooting gophers.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's right. And so he was quite a sharpshooter. Thanks for bringing that up, Clark.
His it was his first income.
Yeah, yep. He said he got a penny a tail for him, and he didn't want to waste those bullets, so he got good really quickly.
I have all kinds of stories about Rod.
Oh, that's great. Please.
Yeah.
He lost his shirt into silver, and he bought a bunch of silver. And then when the Hunt brothers went bust, he lost all of his silver,
Oh.
or the cost, the price.
Yeah, we remember that, Clark, because he told us all that he'd bought us all silver.
Yeah.
And then one day he said, well, I bought y'all silver, but now it's not worth anything, so I'm just going to sell it.
Yeah. Well, now it's doubled, well, tripled, quadrupled from what he bought it at.
That's funny.
He should have just gave it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Yeah.
I mean, really, to be honest, Dad and I talked about this more than once. And he was so poor as a kid. I mean, they were so poor when he was a little boy that I think that's a big part of his thriftiness, is that he just didn't ever want to go hungry again. He didn't ever want to not have enough money in the bank to do what he needed to do. But for him, that wasn't very much money, because he came from a time where if you had $50 spare, you were rich, right? So he made a point of letting me know more than once that you can get along just fine in life with only a couple $1,000s in the bank if you're careful.
Too bad he selected one of the hardest professions to make any money at, and that's music.
Actually, he made more money at music. Like when he was in college, Clark, he made more.
He's one of the few.
He made more money than any other college student out there. And by the time he got on the road with his band, after, between the 3D Club in Great Falls and then the gigs he was playing elsewhere, he was actually making more money than most of his contemporaries who also had college degrees in different fields. He'd supplement it with his, printing jobs and whatnot, being a linotype operator and a printer, but he actually made a pretty good living most of our lives. And most of that was when I was younger, when he was a musician, because you could actually feed 4 kids if you had a weekly gig.
And hire him to be a part of the band.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know if hire is correct.
Yeah.
Hire him and then
and your pay was you got to eat.
Yeah, well, the pay was actually this. Dad was pretty clever about this. Once his kids got old enough to be on the bandstand, he put them on the bandstand, generally at about $5 a night, but he charged them out at $175 to $225 a week for sidemen back in the, mid 70s, early 70s. So he made a little bit of bank off of taking his kids on the road, and even after he fed them.
He made the most money in not having to pay for a babysitter.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Anyway.
Well, when I was in college, I was whining about being so poor, and Dad told me the secret to a happy life was to develop a taste for cheap wine and beer.
So you did.
And so I did, and he was right.
Well, there must be a lot of sailboat stories.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a part in this with a sailboat, Ive? I'll bet there is.
Oh, yes.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. So, yeah. I don't know if you guys have already seen these pictures, but they're just cute to see Dad with his trombone, and playing in his big band with his suit on. And he once played at Diamond Lil's, and I think he's in his early 50s, and in Kalispell, and it was a really fancy place. He'd put his, tux and his best suit on. And he always told me that he always wanted to do something like that, to just play in the real high class club, And I think what Zoe's saying is absolutely true, to just be part of that crowd that really does have money. And maybe to him, jazz was the way to get into that kind of society, but it's kind of fun to see him playing those roles. And then I just dropped into his family. And of course, that's Tommy up there in the far right in Dad's arms, and all of us are getting ready to go to Easter Mass. So Mom took our picture, so we don't know what Mom looked like that day, but that was in Great Falls. Pretty cute.
Too bad this isn't on the big screen. It's this little laptop. I can hardly see it.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah. Well,
Make
it's
them out
when you
better.
get the recording, you can blow it up and put it on your TV. But what I
Yeah.
love, you guys, and I'm foreshadowing the future, on the bottom right, that's Gail in his arms, his first little kid. Dad's only like, what, 22? And
Yeah.
Yep.
he's got this, just vivacious little smart ass little kid. And smart. I didn't mean the ass. That came later. A very precocious little child. And what I'm foreshadowing is that it's so sweet, and I'm going to start crying, but it turns around, 94, almost 5 years later, when Gail was the one basically holding on to Dad as he leaves the planet. So anyway, I can't look at that picture without seeing the future. So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Same here.
Pretty much they're in each other's arms from start to finish. Well, Dad got on the road playing music and stuff, and we left Great Falls and landed in Idaho Falls because they liked him so much. They liked his group that they said, "Hey, can you stay through the school year?" And Dad's like, "What? A musician that has a gig through the school year?" So, as far as I know, that's kind of pretty unheard of. I mean, in a real going lounge. But anyway, Dad pulled it off, and then later, of course, Mom joins him. But that picture on the left was our first start in Idaho Falls, and the ages we all were. And then, of course, the picture to the right is up at Grandma's house. That's that lilac, you guys, at 415 Wisconsin, that's gotten so huge now. But we're all sitting in front of that lilac with Gail's little puppies.
Oh, I always thought that was at the Blair house. I don't know why. I remember the puppies and sitting there. I just didn't remember it being at Grandma's house.
I remember there was a big haystack that had been brought in and kind of just dumped on the driveway. And Grandma, and we were playing hide the puppies in the haystack, and then we tried to find them. I don't think Gail was there. She would have made us more reasonable, but I was the oldest, and we were hiding the puppies, and then finding them, hiding them, and finding them, and they'd all be covered in straw, and it was probably not a very nice thing to do with puppies. Anyway, Grandma comes out and said, "You guys don't want to do that." He says, "What if you lose one and can't find it, and it might suffocate?" And I listened to her and like, yeah, that could happen. Then as soon as she went back in the house, I'm like, come on, kids, and we did it again. and sure enough, that God was always helping Grandma Harrigus. Sure enough, we lost one and we couldn't find it. And I was freaked out knowing that I had just killed that puppy and Grandma had even warned me. And then all of a sudden we found it and I was so glad and so glad. And right then, of course, Grandma walks out the door like, yep. She didn't say anything like I told you so. She just knew that I'd learned my lesson. Don't listen to Grandma Gary or Grandma Harrigus. You guys, I jumped the books in here, which is pretty early for most of them, but he did start writing awfully soon on some of his books. That Haga Calyx, he started quite early before there even were computers or anything. He got like a word processor that he rented for I don't know how much money and got Mom to type in his handwritten manuscript. So anyway, some of the books started soon, so I just went ahead and threw them all in right now. But that's kind of, I think that's all the books we have by the end. And one that is two that are my very favorite. Oh, one's not even here. Is he did do an autobiography, but he did it mostly for his grandkids. What was the name of it? Peripatetic
Dilettante.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of shows, he tells the story of going from Canada with no electricity, no running water, to 6 years old coming into Whitefish, and all of a sudden cars going down the street and lights on, and they still had an outhouse, but at least they had running water. And he just said it was just like science fiction jumping into the future.
My favorite book was Whitefish River Rats.
Oh yeah,
because that's my story too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Things didn't change much when I read that And when Rod was young, things didn't change that much around there when I was young because I was a Whitefish River rat.
That's awesome.
Could
That's
identify
cool.
with everything in the book, so it really touched me. And I let him know.
Oh, that's
Good job.
cool. And then, of course, I jump into his music stuff. I don't know if any of these will play or not. Let's give it a try.
It takes 90 seconds for this NASA engineered heat smaller than a toaster, cools any room in 90 seconds, and uses just a fraction of the energy for regular.
Wow, I want to buy an air conditioner.
Sorry, everyone.
I thought that was part of the show.
He puts finishing touches on Easter Mass.
I remember the day that that actually got played at the parish. It was a big deal.
Is it playing?
No.
It's playing, but it's not playing the music. You got to do share music when you share audio.
Oh, sorry, you guys. Can't you hear it?
No.
I'll have to check and see. I might have a recording of it. He sent me a whole bunch of recordings.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm sitting here listening, enjoying it. You guys can't even hear it.
If you reshare and you just hit share with audio, everyone should be able to hear you.
Thank you. Because we have a couple other audio share sound. Optimized for video sharing. Why not? Okay.
What I find rewarding is the fact that you have all these photographs, because I've collected photographs of the Fisher family, and you can only go back so far. But from that chart that you sent me, there's no photographs beyond that, which we have lots of nowadays. So.
Oh.
And at a lot of these memorials, that's what touches me the most. I can look at a photograph and really be touched emotionally.
Yeah.
So true. Okay, let me know if it works this time.
Okay.
Can everybody hear it?
Nope.
No.
What?
It's not even playing.
It's not playing.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay, well, I'll skip past it then. But I guess the point is that Dad even wrote a mass in a religion he wasn't even part of.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. Might be one of the better things he's. Okay, how do I get out of here? Escape. No, I don't want to escape or I'll be totally out. Okay, I'll try escape.
Escape, escape.
Yeah. And then I have, probably won't play either, but Mom and Dad did a really fun song for Zoe for her birthday. And anyway, it's on YouTube. I guess you guys could always go in here and copy and paste the links too.
They felt guilty. They felt guilty because they forgot my birthday the year before until the middle of January. So when they sent me that song, when Dad sent me the video of him playing it, he says, "Yeah, we felt a little guilty. So we thought we'd better do it upright this year."
How old were you?
I said, "Well, oh my goodness, I was, 60. Mom was 85. For them to remember my birthday was a feat. It wasn't an expectation."
Yeah, it'll probably show you the picture at least of how old Mom and Dad were. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to be in their mid 80s. I just thought it was very sweet.
What's the name of this?
Zoe's song.
Huh? What's that?
The name of it was Zoe's song.
I mean the mass for the
church.
The church. I was trying to think of the religion.
Is the Mass of Christ the King.
Christ the King?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mass of Christ the King.
I'll have to see if I have that. I have a whole bunch of Christmas songs that Rod and Carrie done, and I imagine some of the children are involved in some of that.
Could be.
Yeah. But who listens to Christmas songs?
Well, we listen to their recording, their album they made every Christmas.
Yeah.
So then we just start, Dad's music that was, of course, so much of everything and became so much of all of us.
All I'm seeing is the hands on the organ, Ivy. Are you showing something else?
Hands on the organ.
Yeah, Dad stopped as far as the YouTube video goes.
I think it's stuck on the YouTube video screen.
Oh, really? Okay, so
Yeah.
somehow it's not sharing what I'm actually doing.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is stuck.
We're going to have a word with the production manager.
Yeah, exactly. Who's in charge of this? Okay. What are you guys seeing now?
The same thing.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
So you gotta go to share.
Maybe I'll stop sharing.
There you go. There it
If you
is.
reach down and give Ivy a little touch. Give her a tech touch.
I've been touched, all right. Okay. Let's find how we play. Okay. Now, are we on a screen with?
Yes, we are.
Yep.
Yay! Thank you for your patience.
I love that one in the top left. I haven't seen that picture in 100 years.
It's just so epitome of mother.
Yes, it is.
When we did a show, part of this show is the same as what I did for the All Dad's Friends at the Springs in the end there. And, they'd never met Mom to their own. Anyway, but so I showed him that picture for sure because I thought, there's nothing that shows my mom better than this picture. And I told him, if she walked in a place she'd never been before, she would just yell out to everybody, "How's everybody doing?" And if people didn't immediately start having fun, she'd like, "What the hell's wrong with all of you? You're in a bar. Let's have some fun." And so, I don't know anybody else like that. Could you hear that music?
Yeah.
Oh, you could? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that'd just be fun. It probably didn't come across real well, but definitely
It came across well enough.
flavor of Mom and Dad and their amazing vocals. I mean, I can't believe it. Here's something funny is I didn't know my mom was an actual singer.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Dad was a musician and he just pulled Mom on to kind of be a sideman. I had no idea Mom was the real singer, and she's the one that helped Dad learn how to sing enough to pull it off.
Well, and she was a real drummer too. I mean,
Exactly. She's a real drummer. So anyway, it's fun to hear melodies now that I understand that. But
She started all that in high school.
exactly. He told me that he actually saw her. He was so taken with her when they were doing some high school presentation or, whatever. And she sang Over the Rainbow. And I know we only know Mom with the low voice, but he said back then she had a beautiful high voice. She could hit all those notes, just like Judy Garland. And he was just so impressed with her. So it's neat to know that it's her musicality that actually impressed him as a young 8th or 9th grader. But anyway.
I remember Rod because he turned me on to wireless on the guitar.
Oh, on the guitar. No kidding.
Got rid of those chords. So I have two sets of wireless rigging, and he gave them to me. So he turned me on to wireless.
That's cool.
My God.
Brought me up to date, I guess.
Up to this century or the last
Yeah.
century. Okay, let's see if this music works. This is only a personal thing I threw in here because this is what I loved about my dad, is that he could pull together people, most of them I'd never met, never played with, and all of a sudden we'd be doing a gig together. And this one's great because he actually called it the Sousa Bar Front Rehearsal Band or something. So, I mean, we never rehearsed. This is the.
Are we finished doing the nails up there?
Oh, where's our video?
Let's go! My pants are falling off! I gotta pull up my pants! Stop the camera! My pants are sort of falling off. Oh no, it's
Yeah.
Because I do symbols.
I just wanted to stop it to say that that's Mom right there hitting the bass drum.
Boy, you're getting that fixed up pretty good. Could be like new.
Is
Anyway,
Dad playing a sousaphone in that eye?
yeah, or something, a baritone or something. And I didn't know that he actually played baritone for a couple of years.
I
As they
did
had
not
him
know
in
that
Toronto,
either.
I think in high school or something. So, yeah, but just the fact that, I mean, he had some kind of magic about him. And then in this slide too, when we put the band together for the 4th of July's in Idaho Falls and stuff, and he had some kind of way of getting people to try stuff that they might normally never do. Just, I'll show up, we'll have fun.
He did it at Christmas time too. Remember when we went downtown and did Christmas carols?
Yes, and in the mall when he was a mall manager, we had brass bands playing. Oh, it was so great. And I don't know if you can tell, that's Tommy there right behind Mom in that group with the white pants, white shirt, playing trumpet. And in that either that year or another year before it or after it, Evan, my son, was actually 2 years old, and he had a little xylophone, and he was hitting away at that and dragging it behind him. So everybody got in on it. But I mean, look at Mom's posture. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. No more upright woman ever existed.
No, that's for sure. Other than maybe your sisters.
That's possible.
Okay, then we get into the sailing part.
Rod told me when he was in the military, he got slack jobs because he was a musician.
Oh, yeah.
And he could play and arrange for them. So instead of having to do crappy duty, he thought that was very easy. It probably was.
Yeah.
Clark, did he ever tell you that when he went into the Air Force, he deliberately tried to hide the fact that he knew anything about music because he didn't want to get stuck in a marching band? And he just didn't get away with it. They made him take his funny test or whatever it was, and they said, it says here that you might be, and somebody told us, and he went, he wanted to be a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
Well, he also didn't want to be stuck in a band playing boring military music.
Right, exactly. But he told me, he says, I really wanted to be a fighter pilot. And I thought if I just kept my mouth shut about the music, that they'd see I was smart enough to be a fighter pilot.
He did keep his mouth shut. Somebody else didn't, or it was on his record thing, wasn't it?
He probably wouldn't have made it because he was wearing glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And flat feet.
Didn't stop him from putting him in there, though.
He did, though, have a gig where he'd get about 4 guys, and they got tired of, eating in the enlisted guys' cafeteria. So they'd go over to the officer's place and just start playing music. Nobody asked him to. Nobody told him to. They just start playing through the lunch hour. And then when the lunch hour was done, then they'd all get in line and get their food.
That sounds just like Dad.
Yeah.
Here comes the passion for boats.
Yeah, exactly. So these come from the article he wrote on building the Dolly Maud, and many of you know this boat from being full of flowers in Dad's driveway.
Thanks, Mitch. Thanks, Holly.
But of course, we had lots of adventures on that little boat before it ended up in the driveway.
He did a wonderful job on the history of Whitefish or Flathead Lake. The book on Flathead Lake.
Yep, and I'll get.
Or a documentary is what it is.
Yeah, I thought it was a film.
It is. It's a VHS documentary
about the steamships. Yeah,
he got paid to do that. He was proud of that.
Yep,
because he was going to do it for nothing.
A few months ago, it was good.
Yeah, it is good. I'll try to play just a little bit of it for you. So then, Dad figures out computers, and all of a sudden, his whole angle on graphic arts and music and stuff gets a new way to express itself. And of course, all of his games, which I believe Zahn is the caretaker of. Is that true, Zahn?
I mean, kind of. It depends. It's more Sarah, but
No, you built it from his website.
okay. I guess I am then.
Yeah.
That's my elected position.
Yeah, that's your elected
I
position.
wonder what Grandpa Hal would think about computers today. My big memory of that is he took me up in the attic and he said, Clark, listen to this. I can play sound on sound. He's got a big deal. I got a whole box full of tapes, but I don't have a reel-to-reel player. So someday I'll run across a player and I'd like to listen to some of those. There's probably stuff in there of you guys' family and at least Rod playing something. And my dad, when he had me play, I only knew 3 chords and I couldn't play those either. C, F, and G. But picture there of Rod in the lower right-hand corner reminds me of his dad, Hal. He's doing the same thing, only he's digital.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, Grandpa had all those wires going to everything, and here's the steamboats of Flathead Lake that you and Carrie were talking about. Let's see if this will play at all. Maybe it's only the ones embedded in.
I'm a 4th generation farmer rancher. My kids are also in the operation. I've been a Stockman Bank for over.
He's been at Stockman Bank for over.
I know we're never gonna know.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Here you go.
75 years ago, it was a real circus here at the docks in Summers, Montana. In 1915, there were 3 steamboats that made regular passenger runs down Flathead Lake, and competition was heated by about 5 cords of wood in the case of the big stern wheelers that made the round trip to Polson on the south end of the lake, some 35 miles away.
That was just a taste of it. You can get the video and see the whole thing. But I did think it was fun to just see Dad. He looks a lot like Dane in that, I think. If I can find my thing again, yeah. So yeah, it's on the web, but you can also get the DVD too. It's I think you can still sell. Can you guys see
That is on the web?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I sent it in the Zoom chat as well.
Oh, good. So are you guys seeing a picture of Dad playing trombone right now?
Yep.
We are.
Okay, good. We're all together.
That link is private, Sarah.
I kind of don't have a mouse anymore, but I'll just hit the arrows. So yeah, just some pictures of Dad. There's a picture of Mom down there in a fancy suit coat. Tom Burrows, Dad. Lots of fun, lots of music, never ending. And I had the fun of, when you show up to music gigs, lots of times there's somebody from 30 years ago that knows Dad that showed up, and you get to hear all the stories of the music they played back then. And it just seemed to be a endless cycle of reconnection. There's Sarah playing trumpet.
Woohoo!
Of course, Jim Sherman, Don's dad. Too much fun.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Yep.
Who's he holding there?
Oh, sorry. I'll go back. The clarinet, you mean?
No, the next one. Who is he holding? The baby.
In this one. Oh, here's the dad's side of him that's the builder. And that's little Dason that he's holding, and he's actually helping Don in that left-hand picture build a home that's going to be the home Dason comes into in Alaska. So, and then the other 2 pictures, he's helping Asia build a tree fort where she could be queen of the forest. I don't know how she got up and down there, Asia. Do you remember?
I think the tree sort of had like natural steps in it, if I recall. And then, I don't know, maybe there was like a rope handrail, or probably no handrail, but that was the best tree house ever.
I just remember thinking, oh, is she okay way up there? And Dad's like, oh yeah, oh yeah. And then, of course, he made furniture, which most of you know. These are some pictures I showed his friends at the Springs, that he ended his life with, who didn't know him as a builder. They only knew him as the guy in the wheelchair. So they were very impressed with all these, that he wasn't just a musician. He pulled other things off as well. And of course, redoing his house there and building cabinets that matched. And I think that one on the right is him redoing the bathroom. It just seemed like nothing ever scared him to tear apart and put back together.
He always managed to stay busy, that's for sure.
Oh gosh, I guess. And
80 years before they moved in?
Yeah, before they moved
in. Oh,
what's it say?
It says Rod and Carrie's house 80 years before they moved in. They moved on the floor.
Unbelievable.
So that front porch then, that's what they not screened in, but they made it.
Yeah.
I guess it is screened in, huh?
It's enclosed, yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, if you were to go into the house today, see those 2 posts right on either side of the front steps?
Yeah.
They're still there. Well, actually, all of those posts are still there.
I mean, if they haven't torn the house down.
Yeah, they haven't.
Well, good.
They haven't?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
But they did change the windows.
Yeah, when they sided it, I think they changed the windows a bit and closed them. I just had to add this one just so we could all look at the inside of the house and everybody having fun. Just
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
just thought we need
Who owns it now?
a fellow that lives up there, and he's probably going to make condos, but he did say that we can have the house if we want to move it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be a fun house to move.
And why didn't you take him up?
Oh, I
A
said
few
sure.
people want to help me pick it up and
Yeah,
walk
exactly.
it over somewhere else.
Got to figure out where to put it. But yeah, I thought I better add this since a whole lot of dad's life was mom's life, which was a huge family. And I'm sure that's only a third of them. This reading was fun because I told dad we were going to do a picture of everybody, and he goes, no, you'll never get these people to get together. No, there's too many. We're all spread out. So just to kind of say that it could be done, I guess, I ran around to everybody and kind of warned them. Every single person you see, I told them that, 10 minutes from now or whatever, I'll give the signal and everybody, start getting ready now and we'll all head over there. So it totally blew dad away that when we gave the signal, everybody just jumped up and was over there. And we actually got a picture, and a lot of us are in there that aren't that are off in the spirit world now.
One thing I noticed on the Fisher genealogy background is all the families had, a minimum of 9 kids, 10 kids, 12 kids. They were very prolific, and this is just a small portion.
This
here.
is Harrogate.
This is just the Harrogate side, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just think if you got them all together.
Exactly. Okay, you guys ready for a lot of noise? So this is just a reminder of just what my dad inspired. Could you hear that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that. I have so many videos that night on my phone. This is one of my favorite, or this whole set.
Yeah,
I can't imagine that noise in that house.
I know. That house is so full of all the vibes of laughing and noise, and gosh, it's great. And then, of course, there was Dad's adventurous side, and Zoe was usually the instigator to get him to travel the world with her.
Yeah, I was really lucky because I think I got to see a side of Dad that, we saw when he was on the road with us, or when we were on the road with him, or anybody who's ever traveled with him would have seen it. But I got to go to some places with him that were so unique in his world that you could really see the boy come out in him when he traveled. I mean, the excitement and the awe and oh, did you see this? And I mean, I was lucky enough to get to take him to Spain, which, unlike the rest of my siblings, apparently, I didn't know Dad was a big Columbus fan. I didn't have that interaction with him to know that until we got to Granada. And we went into the cathedral there, and it turns out that Isabel and Philip, the, royal pair that gave Columbus his commission to go across and find the New World, turns out that they were entombed there in that cathedral. And oh man, you should have seen him. He's racing around looking frantic. I'm like, Dad, what's wrong? And he says, nothing. Do you know who's in there? Do you know who is in there? I mean, he was just like a little kid. And I said, no, Dad. Who? He says, Isabella, Philip, they're in there. Are you kidding me? I mean, I've never even heard my dad talk like that before. And it was because he was such an incredible fan of Columbus and just thought he was the most incredible adventurer. And what he did to go across the ocean like that was so brave and amazing. And the funny thing was, if you look in the upper left-hand corner of this picture that Ivy has up there, Dad is on that Segway at the age of 80. That was when Tommy sent me this not long ago. And that's when Tom and I and Dad took what was supposed to be Tommy's 50th birthday trip to Tahiti. Well, Dad had already been to Tahiti, and it was also the same year he was turning 80. So he sort of co-opted that program and said, well, I'm getting older and I might not live that much longer, which was something he had been telling us since he was like 60. And so Tommy agreed to go to Mystic Seaport with Dad. So we redid the trip and we went to Boston. And I booked this tour, and Dad, we're in the tour place where they're going to set us up on these segways, watching the safety video. And the safety video shows that if you aren't careful, you just smack into the ground and die. And Dad looks at me like, you really want to put an old man on one of these? And I said, you'll be fine. Which is what he told me my whole life whenever he was about to do something stupid with me. And so we had a good laugh about that in the moment. And then the funny part is that on the lead up to this trip, Dad and I had a few conversations over the phone about it. And he really was quite sincere in his feeling like maybe this would be the last trip he took. And he didn't know, he'd been feeling kind of tired lately and didn't know how much longer he could do this traveling thing. And so would I really, and it was probably a little bit of a con job because Dad and I share that in common, but he was good at it. And then I realized that he really was feeling like his life was winding down at that point. So we get there and he gets on this Segway. And for 3+ hours, we are tooling around on these segways, navigating, crossing busy city streets in downtown Boston, going up little hills. I'm in front of him. Tommy's behind him just in case something happens. We don't want him to be at the back of the bus and nobody know. And he gets done with that. And it's like everything took a whole new energy. Now he's building play stuff for the front yard and building more sailboats and deciding to do all these things that he was kind of putting off doing. And at one point, a couple of years later, he told me, he said, that trip made me realize that you aren't dead until you're dead. And I think that's, once he realized that he could get on a Segway and had good enough balance to do this crazy stuff for 3 hours on a busy city he'd never been in before, it was like, yeah, I'm still alive. What the heck was I thinking, So I did get to see my dad in revelatory ways, both because we were reveling in being wherever we were. And I know that anybody who's ever traveled with him knows that he's was an easy traveler and at one point, Gail and Dad and I are in Amsterdam and we're just going. Everybody's excited about being there. I've been there before. They haven't. We're doing and doing. And, and Dad looks at us girls and he says, I think we gotta sit down, not take it so busy. We're just going at a breakneck pace here. And Gail and I both looked at him and said, well, thank God we were trying to keep up with you. And it was true. You had to keep up with him when he was traveling with you. So I love my dad for going places and doing things foreign with me because it's a great love I have, and it's a deep connection that we shared. And that's my main story about my dad today.
And he said at that time, you two can quit trying to impress me with your youthful vigor.
Right. And that's when Gail said, we were just trying to keep up with you. Yeah, you're right, Gail. That's how that went.
Gail,
I think we went and visited him in Whitefish when he must have been about 88 or 89. And I told him, Rob, you're going to shoot past 90 easy. And he did.
Yep.
Gail, did you want to add anything about the Tahiti trip?
Oh,
I don't have a picture of it, though. Sorry.
We had a kind of a plan when we went there. Our goal was to only eat things if we didn't know what they were. And he was actually kind of hard to keep up with on that trip too. We rode bikes and we went snorkeling and we took an outrigger out and paddled it around and turned it over a couple times and that was a really fun trip. But we went to the market. They have, because they have so much fresh food, they have all these fresh food markets. So we went to the market and found all of these foods that we had never seen before, had no idea what they were. So we bought them and tested them out. And some of them were pretty good and some of them weren't, but it was really fun. We talked a lot about the Mutiny on the Bounty and how we could totally relate to it. Why would anybody want to go back to cold, old, smelly England when you had Tahiti? And yeah, it was really, really a fun time.
Gail, tell that story about how he tried to practice his French on the lady at the
Oh yeah. So we had this bartender, her name was Muriel, and Dad would practice his French on her and she'd correct his pronunciation and everything. Well, we were at the receptionist state desk in the hotel, and he came in and he said something to the receptionist, the desk clerk, about how much he was enjoying the place. And she just looked at him totally deadpan and said, well, yes, I guess you can sleep outside. We'll get you a pillow and a sheet. And he got this look on his face, just this shocked look. And she kind of slid a wink at me, and I realized she was just messing with him. And she finally laughed and she said, "No, I'm just messing with you. Your French is pretty good, actually." And he was just horrified that he had thought he said something other than what he wanted to say.
That's great.
Oh, and at one point we were out snorkeling. There's this beautiful little lagoon outside the motel thing we were staying at. And we were snorkeling and looking at all the fishies underwater and having a lot of fun. And I noticed that Dad was still wearing his watch. And so I asked him, I said, "Hey, Dad, is that watch waterproof?" And he said, "I don't know. Let me see." And he looked at it, and the whole inside of the watch was about 3/4 full of water. And he laughed and he said, "I guess not." And so then we didn't have to worry about time anymore for the rest of the trip because neither one of us had a watch. It was pretty cool.
Very nice.
This just
Here's Dio.
Yeah, a picture of the top one. Dad's not in it, of course. It's Dane and Angie and Ava. But what had happened is this is after Mom had died, and Dad wanted to go visit Gail and take her the chair that was her inheritance. And so he just piles up in his little car and heads down there and spent a week or so with them. So it showed that he was not done traveling. And what would he have been then? 90?
He's about 85. Well, let's see.
His mom was about 90, almost 80.
He was.
So Dad must have been about 90.
Yeah, he was 88 when Mom died. So
yeah.
From the look of Theo right there, I'd say he's just shy of 90.
Well, he probably he would have been 89 because it was the next. Well, wait, maybe not. Yeah, he's somewhere around there, 89, 90.
To make that trip from Whitefish to Idaho Falls, which he'd made so many times, taking us to see the grandparents and cousins and stuff, he just told me, he goes, "Nope, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go slow." And I'm like, "Well, going slow might be more dangerous. Maybe you should go the speed limit at least."
Yeah. Well, you know what I find humorous right in this moment is that our dad kept his age so well for so long that we don't actually know how old he is in this picture.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know whether he's 72 or 75 or 85 or 91. We have no clue.
Yeah,
we're just like looking at Theo and going, "Theo's about a year old." That's how I know how old that is, because I can't tell by looking at Dad.
Matt was on here so I could tease him about us not knowing what age he is either. Is
I
Grandpa
know.
35 or is Matt 30?
Yeah, and it's true too, because when Matt shaves his beard, he has the same problem.
Oh, they both have a white beard already. That's great.
Yeah,
that's great. Well, and then we end up with, this is actually mom and dad at a Grizzly game in Missoula, which of course, while they were still able, they loved to do. And
that was a Grizzly game. I could have sworn that picture was your doctorate graduation, Ive.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yep, because I remember taking it.
Well, okay.
Look,
or maybe we both took them.
The floral in the background says this is not a sporting event.
Okay, then. All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's at your doctorate graduation.
There are no flowers in sports.
Just saying.
It's a no flower zone.
Well, Ivy, when did you graduate?
2017.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just put 2019 because I was trying to make the point that mom left the planet and headed out to
So grandma isn't wearing a Grizzlies sweatshirt. So
yeah, exactly. So I confer back to Zoe. I'm sure she's right. So after mom died, dad had the hardest time playing music. He was just sure he couldn't play anymore, and it was pretty bad. And Tom Burrows kept calling him and saying, "Hey, we got to do a gig." And dad says, "I can't play anymore, and nobody wants to hear this old guy play," and all this stuff. And I was up there in Whitefish, so we just practiced day after day after day. And dad really did have a hard time remembering chords or finding them. And this is when both his hands were still working. He hadn't had his big stroke yet. Anyway, he finally started playing and did the first gig, and he almost didn't go. I mean, literally, it was like pushing him out the door. But he was so happy when he got home, and it was a kind of a lunchtime gig down the street, so it was only like 2 blocks away. And but he made the biggest tips he'd ever made in his life. He made $100 for him and $100 for Tom. And on top of it, he got his first fan mail, which was this one you see to the left, which was this little kid, Kendall, that both came up and put something in his tip jar. That's what that picture is I think it's
right,
putting something in a tip jar or something. And anyway, he said, "I like your music, thank you." And so dad not only knew that he could still pull it off with even his own crowd, of as few left as there were, but also with the young kids. And so I just love that fact that that his music was kind of reborn in him. Let's see if I think this has music to it. Let me see if it does.
He played one-handed piano for us when we went down and visited him in his what do they call it,
exactly.
the retirement place.
Yeah, and I put this picture, which is actually him on the ferry on his way to Alaska way back when, but I just thought it was so indicative, dad heading out to play music or heading out to do something. And I had music that goes with it, but it's not playing. So yeah, then after he did have his stroke, of course, he went to Bozeman, to the Springs, which was hard at first because he saw his whole life collapsing, of course, and just wanted to go back home and die. But because he didn't go back home and die, he actually ended up with all sorts of friends there. And even a woman who totally, in fact, he had about 5 girls, and I should tell the story sometime of all of them vying for his attention. But the one that won out is the one you see down by him, Barbara. And that's Barbara's daughter that I'm hugging, and then his other buddies, and of course Rob off to the right. I think this was at Christmas actually, but he just ended up meeting all sorts of really good people. This group is what he called his breakfast club, and it was great because it got dad up every morning, showered, got down there to the breakfast club, and the lady in kind of yellow orange sitting next to Rob, their dad, was Barbara's daughter, and they were both just firecrackers. I mean, if mom would have been in that crowd, nobody else would have ever got to say anything between those 3 women. They were so full of fun. and dad would get up early just to get down there because Lisa, the one in the orange or yellow, she didn't live there, but she'd come over and have breakfast with her mom and the group every morning. And she was just so full of so much fun. Everything she said was just hilarious. So she kind of gathered people, and as she would say, very inappropriate and funny. And so dad absolutely loved them all and kind of got to enjoy them his last time there.
Do you know if Barbara is still alive?
No.
Okay, the fun story is that both Barbara and Dad had a fall the same day. And that fall was what ended both of them. Barbara died, I think about 2 weeks before Dad. But it is interesting that their lives ended. And Barbara was about 10 years younger, maybe a little more. But so, yeah, no, they both left the planet. And so there's still the breakfast club there. If you come by the Springs, those other folks are still there having fun every morning. But why I added this quote is that it fits actually both Barbara and my mom, but it came from Mom. And the best way we can all honor Mom's memory is to treat everyone in your life like they matter. And once Mom was gone, Dad was so sweet to people and little old ladies that would come up when he's playing, piano at the Springs. He'd go in there between meals and just play their grand piano. And people would come and just sit and listen. And where he might usually not give them the time of day, he was just so kind to everybody. And when we did a memorial at the Springs for Dad, a couple ladies I hadn't even met came up and said they were so impressed with how Dad, of course, hung out with Barbara and her group when they were all full of fun. He said, but when Barbara got to where she couldn't talk at all, she'd just sit there quiet. She couldn't even remember what to order, and Dad would order for her. And anyway, this lady just told me that she was just so impressed with Rod that he wasn't just a good times guy, he hung in there and just supported Barbara right to the end too. And so here's just some of the fun of him living there, and that one picture up at the top, him kissing the bottle of choke cherry liqueur that Gail made. he pretty much loved that stuff. Kept him going, and we got the grandkids there several times, and Dad was able to do some art with them. So I thought that was pretty special. And Dad was really close to walking, and he was very proud of that. And he also ran into another artist friend who they shared a lot of their art and intellectual way they looked at things. This is Leslie, and Leslie told me later that Dad had gone home for the summer that one year, and Leslie was really starting a relationship with him, so she kept emailing him and stuff. And when he came back, she's like, okay, and she'd have lunch with him and dinner, and then she had a hospital visit, and in 2 weeks when she came back, Barbara had moved in and taken him over. And she said they were so snuggled up, I knew I'd lost him.
Wow.
I asked Dad why he thought he might be so popular, other than the fact that men were rare in this environment, and he says, "Oh, well, I'm the only one that still has hair."
When we visited him, he was learning to paint left-handed.
Yeah.
And
he was doing really well, actually.
Did pretty well for a left hand.
Jeez.
Absolutely. And he was so prolific. And
oh, that's a cute picture.
Isn't that cute?
That's a great picture.
And of course, he had the sailing ships with him, even in his apartment there. And he's got his piano right behind him. He had his piano set up to his computer, and he did make one symphony, a very short, 12 bar of a symphony, but it actually sounds pretty good. And then, of course, did all the art too. So he kept busy. Oh, here's a good one.
Who inherited his music.
Yep, all the way down that hallway. You remember where his room is, right?
Theo talked about that.
Good job, Theo.
Taking it so seriously.
Okay, you can leave him here.
I brought him a box with all these little musical things attached to it.
Yeah, I saw it.
That doggy. What happened to that? Who got to keep that?
That I can't tell you right off.
I want to say I think Tommy has it.
Yeah, it could be. That was really cool. It had the little music boxes that were amplified by the bell. Yeah, that was really cool, Clark.
I kind of think Tom
has. He liked that.
I think Tommy took it with him.
Good.
I just added this one because Dad was so happy when my dog Betty came. Dad had known Betty since she was just a little puppy, and so it's kind of would light up all the people there. And so then he did that picture of Betty, which is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess I didn't finish this slide. I wanted to add more of his pictures, but you get the idea. He just stayed busy, busy, busy. And this was one of the parties there. I think it was Eben's birthday party. Dane and Angie and Gail and Doc, they all came up for it. So we just wanted to show Dad that your family will show up. We're still going to have parties. We haven't stopped. Let's see if this. You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So the story around this is that, I love to, when he wasn't in his room, when I'd go visit him, then I'd, go down the hall, and it was so lovely because I would just start hearing this piano music, wafting over the hallways. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you never know when the last time you get to hear that. And it was always so fun. And so this is a time when Dad was just in his casual clothes, middle of the afternoon, hair a mess, just playing on his own. He didn't know I was there recording him, but when I came up to him, I just started the camera going. So yeah, just one of those moments of time.
I think I should interject here that when Dad died, he was actually listening to his recorded playing of that exact song.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Songs are like photographs. They can touch a spirit.
Yeah, isn't that true? And
Yeah.
his longtime bass player, singer, sax player, Tom Burrows, would come visit Dad, and they'd really get some fun stuff going. And it was great because both of them, of course, would not have their fullness that they used to have, but they were so used to playing together that they'd fill in when the other one started faltering. And it actually sounded fantastic. In some ways, I enjoyed it more than the years when they were both just going full strength, because they're kind of playing all over each other. But on these times, they were just playing around each other, and oh, it was just great. And then these are just some pictures of him having fun with Barbara, and she could just really tickle his spirit. The one on the far right, or the two, are actually from Dad's last birthday party, and you can see Doc back there, I think, playing guitar. But yeah, we had a nice jam, and Dad came up and played piano, and I said, Dad, are you okay playing piano? Because it was his party. I thought he might want to be out with his friends. And he goes, yeah, this is where I'm the most comfortable, behind the piano. So that was great. And then, of course, he had his big fall and bump, and we're all cheering him there on the upper left when he actually came back from the hospital. And when he found out what a big crash he'd had and woke up in the hospital, he said, why can't I die? What's wrong? I thought, well, I guess you got a little bit more to do. And Tommy ended up spending 9 or 10 days, not 24/7, taking care of Dad. And then we decided, no, Dad's not getting better. He needed to, some really skilled nursing and some care other than just family. So Gail and Tom took him down to Idaho, only like what, a mile or so from where we all lived in Idaho Falls all those years. So it's kind of a full circle. And yeah, he ended up dying down there. But so here's just some pictures. I like the one on the bottom right. He's doing a cognitive test. And I can tell by the way his eyebrows look that he is cheating. He already knows the kind of questions they ask him, and he's just taking it from like, okay, I think I'm supposed to say this here, But I did want to make note that he's still painting, and he's still playing music, Smile, right up to the end. And I think This other one I'm going to play is when he was still in Bozeman at the hospital. He would also go out and play music. I think it's Smiled. So yeah, Smile right to the very end. He wasn't gonna stop playing that song.
He would probably have gone to Washington, D.C. just to see those triple-masted ships.
Oh yeah, that was a trip we were planning actually.
I don't know if they do that every year or this is a special year.
Yeah, we were planning that on a year when they were doing it. So, well, I just added this one kind of near the end here. I'm just going to put a couple more slides of what's left, physically of Dad. Obviously, his full spirit is still around, but this crazy family of his. Still got some musicians, quite a few of them. I'm going to give you a list in a minute. This is Max's son, Lex.
All right.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
That's some good wind.
Yeah. And then Ben, I don't have the recording that goes with this one, but he was actually getting ready for a Christmas concert that night. And even the way he's standing and everything, he was taught how to stand at a concert of singing and all of that. And his little brother, of course, is very bored. Like, when do I get to be part of the show here? But anyway, Ben has a great voice. And I just put this together, and I'm sure some of you can tell me I need to add a few things I missed, but I just kind of went through Dad's descendants to see, well, what do we got? Dad was the first one to go to college, and who knows how many generations, and entrepreneurs, musicians. We kind of ended up with a lot of descendants doing a lot of stuff.
That's the truth. Look at that.
I can't read it.
Oh, shoot. Too huh? Anyway, lots of stuff. 19 academic degrees, 11 entrepreneurs, 15 musicians, and this is only out of 20 descendants. So these are pretty big numbers. And I had to throw in a picture of the old gang because we know what they're all up to. Aunts and uncles. You know that Dad won't stop playing music, so.
There's even a triple question mark.
Yeah, we don't know who that girl is. Nobody knows who it is.
Are you sure it's not Aunt Bev? Danny's first wife?
I don't think it's Bev.
Just looks like her.
It's me. I just have long hair.
I was thinking it was Jane, maybe.
No, definitely not Jane.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Maybe just somebody that was a friend that came along. Who knows?
I know that's Elaine was in that picture.
Yeah.
Yep. The whole gang. Well, Rob has a story about the airplane here, so I'll let him tell that.
Okay.
So Rod, as we heard earlier, always wanted to be a fighter pilot. And so we had the opportunity to fly from Montana to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, where they have the world's largest gathering in aviation. You have something on the order of 15,000 aircraft fly in, and 750,000 people show up every summer for this event. And the aircraft you see there was one of the aircraft that the Experimental Aircraft Association had purchased and is using as a way to take people into the past and get to fly in a Ford Trimotor. And so we're there, and of course Rod is excited about all the different aircraft because they're all, fighter aircraft, bomber aircraft, from everything you could possibly imagine that flies was there. And so we're looking at the P-51s, and he had a particular movie that he really loved that the P-51 was the aircraft that they called the Cadillac of the sky. And so we were looking at the P-51s, and he looked over and he saw this tri-motor, and they were actually flying people in it. So it was something you could just go and get a little ticket and stand in line and go for a flight in the tri-motor. And so we're standing in line, and he starts telling me this story about being in Missoula and seeing the tri-motor flying out of Missoula. They were taking the people that were fighting the forest fires, the jumpers, up in this aircraft and then taking them to the fires. And so he was reminiscing about that. And then as we're getting closer, there's a kind of a sign that's describing the history of this airplane. Well, it turns out this airplane is the one that was in Missoula, and something he always wanted to fly in. And so
nice.
We end up flying in the Ford tri-motor that he always wanted to fly in when he was there as a student at University of Montana. And so it was quite the day. I mean, we had quite the flight and got the tour of the whole area in the air, and he couldn't stop talking about it. So it was one of those magic moments in time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very cool. Who would know that all those years later he would fly in that plane that he saw? Oh.
What use in sitting alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Put down the knitting, the book, and the broom. It's time for a holiday. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Come taste the wine, come hear the band. Come blow your horn, start celebrating. Right this way, your table's waiting. No use permitting some prophet of doom to chase all your smiles away. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Come taste the wine, come blow your horn, come hear the band start celebrating. Right this way, your table's waiting. No use permitting some prophet of doom to chase all your smiles away. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret.
You can hear people laughing at the end. That was actually playing with Jim Sherman, clarinet. And,
yeah, I could tell.
Yeah, that was that whole group that year. That was fun.
That was ridiculously perfect, Ivy.
Oh, thanks. And I just had to add this silly slide. I don't know if you guys could read it. I'll read it out for you. But just because Dad's sharing jokes was a huge part of his fun, I had to add some silly jokes from his email. I'm supposed to respect my elders, but it's getting harder and harder for me to find someone older.
Boy, I hear that.
Yeah, where there's a will, I want to be in it. Since light travels faster than sound, some people appear bright until you hear them speak. If I agreed with you, we'd both be wrong. And we never really grow up. We only learn how to act in public. That was definitely Dad. War does not determine who is right, only who is left. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad.
That's my favorite.
That sounds like something Grandma Sis would have said.
Yeah. I didn't say it was your fault. I said I was blaming you. And I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not so sure.
Yep.
And then I think at this point, you guys, I'm really done, but this is one of Dad's movies with the little kids. And Eric Harrigus is in it. He's a little kid in it, Even and Andy. And it's about a ghost in the attic. And the way I've put it in here, it won't let me slide forward at all. So I'm only going to just show you the little beginning and then a couple other quick starts of some of his movies just to kind of give an homage to his movie making with his grandkids. But anyway, it's just going to be a little short pieces. So if you want to see the whole thing, you'll actually have to watch the movie. Let's see if it doesn't have sound in the beginning, but it was
in the attic.
And it's kind of cute because Andy can see me and he keeps.
Or just for a few minutes, okay? I'm gonna go out and check the car, and I want you guys to be good. Can you do that? Yeah. Andy, can you be good? I don't want any funny business. Can you be mellow? Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back.
You guys better be good now that Mommy's gone.
And that was the sound of the ghost upstairs, but then the rest of it is them going upstairs and in the attic in the old house, which it's fun to watch it just to see what that attic used to look like, which looked a lot like when we were all kids and cousins. But and you notice the title on that was really flaky, but the title is different as he goes through here. Oh, I should preface this. This raven doesn't just happen to be sitting there. This is Nadine. This is a raven that Tommy was raising at the time. So Dad took advantage of it. And this is a script written by Asia. And I won't show you all of it either, but just so that you know what's out there.
Uncle Buddha.
And of course, Dad's putting the music together for it. If you can't understand them, it's because they're in their own language.
Oh.
Yeah, the plot is that Evan is some kind of professor that's come to see if there's any artifacts or anything so that the island won't be developed. But he doesn't know there's actually live people still living there. So it's a pretty good plot they put together, actually. And then this is just Sarah's music video.
Oh, she's gone.
Oh, shoot. And check how his graphics of starting these are so much fun.
Yeah.
Star Wars intro.
What do I see?
when I look at the stars. I see a face looking back at me. What do I see when I look at the stars? A loving face is what I see. People ask me, how does he look? He has open arms and a shining face. I can tell him my secret thoughts, and he will listen from deep in space. When I'm lonely and need a friend, I look to the sky and see him there. He's always above on a starry night. He's twinkling at me and he's willing to share my dreams, my schemes. So it's really great. It goes to a point where she's, you know, interacting with a horse, and there's all this music video kind of.
Hey, Ivy.
It's really quite good. Yes.
Since Sarah's gone right now, I'm gonna need that video so I can post it in the Gravis Tech chat
Oh yeah.
out of nowhere without her knowing in front of all the employees.
That's
So,
awesome, and we'll
send that
probably
to
get
me.
you fired.
Yeah, we
She
should
can't
go.
fire me. It's her past.
It really gets good, and it also shows what an amazing horse person she must have been based on
Yeah.
her cousins, because man, she's just grabbing that horse and pushing its head around, and I'm like, I would never do that to a horse. So it's really quite cute. This one, it doesn't come out too really well, at least over. We'll play.
I don't think I've ever
Come
seen
in
this one.
and
me
welcome
either.
to Radagast's Enchanted Workroom. Aha! No spell too great for the glorious all-purpose Radagast. And what is today's assignment, oh glorious warrior?
So anyway, I haven't watched the whole thing. I'm sure Dane remembers doing it, but picture's a little bad, but I think it would still be fun to watch. Let's see what this one is.
That's a game.
Oh yeah, this is the one he made when the little grandkids were very small.
Quattro Space Bomb.
It was one
Not that he did games.
one of the first ones. They made this spaceship, and
Oh, this
Yeah,
was,
the
yeah.
Voyage of our
the era,
space
right?
on his crippled ship, Sparrowfinch, its legs quattro, space bomb.
so Dane ends up crashing on this planet. Oh, this might let me go ahead. And then, of course, these little aliens come out, which are cute as hell. Of course, Sarah looks beautiful even as an alien.
Evan and Even.
Oh,
so
even in Mom's Wiglet.
yeah, that's awesome.
I remember that.
Oh my gosh.
And Sarah in the Clorox bottle hat.
Yeah, the Clorox, that's right.
I forgot about Mom's Clorox bottle hat.
So yeah, just some fun Dad knew how to make with the grandkids. Much better graphics.
Sweet bee.
That's funny. Look at that. Yeah. Let's turn this page. Nope, nothing on that.
Even's on.
Hey, Grandpa, what are these little houses all about?
Oh, you know what? Those are pictures of this house right here. 100 years ago, it was a log house like that, and then they changed it over the years. But when it was a log house like this, there was an old guy lived here called Henry Kramer, and everybody thought he had a buried treasure somewhere. And so nobody, after he died, nobody could find it. But guess what he said on his deathbed? He said, "Look for the man in the box." And nobody ever knew what that meant.
Ava, come here. Check this out. Yeah.
they find something. Ava finds something and takes it down to.
What? What?
Look.
What is this?
It's the man on the box.
Man on the box. That's the phrase that he said when he was dying.
Uh-huh.
And what's this?
A note. It's a note.
Did you read it? Oh.
Uh-huh.
If you look where the broken bird no longer sings, you will find a clue to my buried treasure. You may search among other things, but the little bird will give you pleasure.
So it turns out it's that broken clock upstairs that has popped out and stuff. So it's a cute plot for sure. Oh, I don't know what this one is.
Acting was definitely a solid 3 out of 10.
Yeah, exactly. I say 10 out of 10. Oh, Alienetta. Oh no.
Alienetta.
And in this one, the plot of this little doll turns into a real life alien. Let's see if I can go ahead to where the alien is. Had Even, Andy, Sarah. She's playing with her doll because the other kids won't play with her, some weird thing, and she wishes her doll would become. Whoops.
And Even turns into the doll. Oh, that's great. I've never seen that one.
Anyway, oh, I gotta play Zoe's band if it'll.
Oh, do not.
God, they're all starting at once. No, it's pretty good, Zoe. You'll be impressed with yourself.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, maybe there isn't any music though.
Oh, that's actually
So you get the idea. It is a kicking band. Okay.
Well, I've never seen that one before.
Oh, you haven't? Well, you should.
No.
Yeah. This is a ski trip. I don't know if Jim Harrigan is still on, but I think I'm not too sure who the skiers are. That might have been me. That might be Gail. I don't know. Anyway, I know Dwayne, Steve, Ina. She's very obvious in it because Ina, we all know what she looks like when she's skiing. Dad's obvious. Oops. Oh, sorry, I lost it. Well, you'll have to get it later. This one's Chuck and John putting off rockets, which is hilarious because their rockets keep not going. And then this one is just a picture I thought we all needed to look at of the old truck and hauling us around to the music gig. There's Dane.
Come here, Grandpa Rod. This is a car.
And that was Tommy.
Yeah.
And I think that's the end of the show. Yep, that's actually the end. I didn't think we'd actually get that far. So, all those videos I have the whole thing too if anybody's ever interested.
Those videos that you were showing right before this, is that on that stick that Dad sent us that I can't seem to get anything to fit?
Yeah, exactly. It's got tons of stuff, and yeah, the Jim, you'd like the skiing video of Ina because I mean she's still wearing the same coat she wore, 20, 30 years later. Still has that same exact ski profile, and anyway, it's just very enduring. And of course, Steve comes skiing down and about knocks Dwayne over, just all that kind of fun stuff, that we all did. But yeah, I should make copies, or maybe it could be put up. Zon could put it up somewhere, and people can just copy down what they want to. But tons of fun stuff, lots of cousins, lots of reunion stuff in there. I'm sure every one of us would find treasures we adored.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad to see some of the stuff that was on that stick because I could never get it to play on my system either. So that'd be great. Dad still has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it'd be neat just to put it up on his YouTube channel if that was possible.
Yeah, I guess it would just to me depend on whether everybody was okay with, whether it's personal or whether it's we put it on YouTube where you have to have a password to get into or something.
Well, it can be private, which means it's only, private just means you can share it with somebody, but it's not for anybody to look at,
Yeah.
The algorithm wouldn't see it and put it on your feed. You'd have to go looking for it.
Yeah. Anyway, lots of good stuff. I think I stayed up one night and watched all those movies that he sent on that little USB. I mean, I didn't watch all of them, but I watched a ton of them. And it's just incredible how much is there, of course, to record all the stuff Dad recorded. He's not a hard guy to produce about his life because he did all the producing. All I had to do was grab a few things.
He's as prolific as two people could be.
Oh,
I mean, and his interest expanded. So I'm going to have a toast.
Well, I can't believe you all made it to the end through all that. That was quite a something.
Yeah, and I sure thank everybody for being here. It was really good to see your faces. Hope I get to see them at the reunion.
I wish to have a toast.
All right.
We don't have any beer, but here's some whiskey.
That'll do. That'll do.
Here's to Rod.
You bet.
Uncle Rod.
Yeah.
Grandpa Rod.
Definitely a fun meister.
He lived life well.
Boy, that's for sure. He was a great example of how to not let life be too serious too often.
Yeah,
that's the truth. Yeah.
He recommended that we go to Alaska, so we're going to do that.
Good. Good. You do that.
And we would like Tom and Zoe's address, just in case we might happen to be in the same neighborhood.
Sure.
Clark,
Stick around. I'll give it to you right now.
We have a nice little camper we're in right now. If you ever come up in the summer and need to use it, we're in Anchorage.
In Anchorage, huh?
Pretty cool.
The big city.
Well, we're in Valdez today, but we live in Anchorage.
Mm-hmm.
Camper's always available.
Is there any fishing going on up there? Do you guys fish up there?
I haven't fished in a little while, but there's plenty of fishing. Yes.
You should see the traffic too.
Oh, you can't stop progress. We measure it by traffic.
Traffic's not too bad unless it's 4th of July weekend. That's pretty crazy.
And there's a sailboat that just might sail again someday.
I don't know. It's pretty fuzzy.
Yeah, I think what was it? Somebody said last time that the bottom's grass has grown all the way down to the bottom of the harbor.
I think Donnie said that.
Oh, Donnie, yeah,
it was Don.
Oh, by the way, I want to tell a quick story.
Okay.
Of oh my gosh, the first time my first memory of Rod. I think I was about 4 years old. We were living in Boulder City, and I didn't know who this guy was. And he pulls up to the house. He says, "Hey, is your dad around?" I said, "Yeah, he's in the house, but who are you?" He said, "I'm Rod, and I'm here to tell your dad about a new song I just heard." And he turns around, heads for the door, and says, "Hey there, Georgie girl." And he just runs up to the front door and goes on in, and that's my first memory of Rod.
Awesome.
You know what's really interesting about that to me, Dawn, is that my very first ever performance in grade school, where Dad came in and actually set up a mic, and I had to sing something in front of my 4th grade class, was Georgie Girl.
Oh my
and we
goodness.
practiced it for Oh gosh, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. And that had to be that same year, given the difference in our ages.
Yeah,
That had to be about that same year. So,
67. That would be around 67, right in
yeah,
there.
yeah, fourth grade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
So it's kind of crazy. He really loved that song, and boy, so I had to sing Georgie Girl in front of my class, and I was thinking, oh, this is going to be really good because Dad and I practiced it so much, and I got done with my big flair at the end, and did all that stuff, and the only person that clapped was my mom and Dad.
Oh, no.
Until my mom clapped so loud and looked around at all the little kids like, you kids clap right now. It's really funny, and it's a standout memory for me. So I just think that's really interesting.
That's cool.
Well, last time we saw Rod in Bozeman, he told us a few stories about the UK and your travels there. So we went last year, and unfortunately,
nice.
we didn't get to tell him our stories, but
Aww.
such is life.
Yeah, that was actually kind of bittersweet because we had planned on going to Wales, Scotland, and Ireland, and my dad said he kept pushing, and he said, "When are you going to go?" And I said, "Well, we have to save for it, so probably 3 years." And he said, "Well, you got to go next year." And I go, "I can't." And he goes, "Well, I'll help you." And I know what that means. That means a loan. And I said, "Dad, I don't believe in taking loans out for something you don't really need. I appreciate the offer. I do, but we can't. No, I'm not doing that." And he kept pushing me. And I said, what's your issue? And he said, and actually Rod was pushing. And I said, what's the issue? And they both the same thing. And there's, I want to be alive when you come back so I can hear the story.
Yeah.
And neither one of them made it.
Oh.
And yeah, so that's kind of, I mean, it's great that we got to go, but it was sad that we didn't get to come home and tell them about this, our stories.
He told us if you want to know how to travel, talk to Zoe. She takes a teacher and turns it inside out.
Yeah.
Well, that's really, really a special thing to say. Thank you, Clark, because we did do a lot of traveling together, and he did always he was funny in Spain. That was really the first place where he told me about how he felt about being so poor when he was a little kid. Ari, Dason, and Dad and I were all sitting at an outdoor cafe, and I was ordering paella, and Dad wasn't gonna. All they had was rabbit left, and he refused to order that because they had to eat so much rabbit when he was a little kid. That was the primary meat they ate when he was a kid on the prairie in Alberta, and he just was like, no. I mean, you didn't often see my dad get absolutely not about many things, but boy, when it came to eating rabbit and paella in Spain, which is their traditional way of serving it with some kind of wild game and seafood, he was like, absolutely not. and just memories like that, things we did, all the wondrous sights we saw together, and the way that it affected me to have him in that environment. I can understand why Corey gets choked up about not being able to tell him her stories, because he would have been fascinated in your best audience. I mean, he loved hearing about the places that people went and what happened when they got there. So thanks a lot for showing up for that. I'm going to Scotland and Ireland this coming spring. And interestingly, the only reason we didn't do that before, when Gail and Dad and I were there, was because Dad got really sick. And Gail was there, and this was how stupid I was back then. I said, well, that's okay, you guys. You stay here. I'll only be gone a couple days, and I'll come back. And Gail's looking at me like, what? You're going to leave us in this foreign country all by ourselves? And that's when I really got the clue. Oh, yeah, these guys haven't done this before this way. And so I felt kind of embarrassed because it didn't occur to me that they wouldn't just be just fine. So he may have been a little bit wrong early on about whether or not I was the best person to call for travel at that point. But
Go to Iceland. So
Yeah,
if you're going to go to if you're going to go to Scotland and in Ireland, go to Iceland for a few days. Seriously.
Yeah. Is it the terrain that you liked, or the cold, or what?
They've got everything. They've got it's the lakes. The water is it's what's the word?
Volcanic.
Well, it's all they're all heated.
It's hot.
We go
Lots of
through,
geothermal stuff.
that's it,
Mhm.
geothermal. That's the word I was looking for. Plus they have the snow and the waterfalls. My God, the waterfalls. They have literally have everything except a desert there.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, Corey, and Iceland's on the list for sure. I kind of put the Scandinavian countries and the colder islands at the end of my bucket list because I've grown up with cold islands and Scandinavian country here for the past 47 years. And I once went to southern Chile, not to make this a long story for anybody. I once went to southern Chile in the 80s and went 8,000 miles and discovered that it looked just like Southeast Alaska. Not that it wasn't still a very cool trip, and I didn't do a lot of really cool things there, and it was a completely different culture, and I totally enjoyed it. But that kind of taught me that I wanted to go to all the places that were completely different from where. So Scotland and Ireland have taken so long for me to get to, partially because they're on the end of that list because they sit in a zone of the world that I spent a lot of time in. So, but yes, Iceland is on the list.
Iceland is in that zone. You've got Scotland and Ireland, and they're really old. And unless you go to a really nice restaurant, the food sucks.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
and then you go to Iceland, which is not a real long plane ride, and it's like everything is newer.
Right.
It's extremely modern.
It is, and they've got a tomato farm. I mean, they're not going to grow tomatoes in your backyard there. They have these tomato farms, these huge greenhouses that are just absolutely enormous. They have restaurants in them and bars. They have a tomato beer that Clark tried. He liked it. It's truly, it is just a fascinating place.
Interesting.
It's just
Well, I'll keep
fascinating.
it in mind and see if I can stick it in there somehow. It'd be a good idea. Because
You
it
gotta
doesn't
remember
get
it's the green
travel.
island, not the white one.
Everybody who talks about travel ought to just go do it because travel doesn't get cheaper. It's like construction. Doesn't get cheaper. If you need
And
to
we don't get any younger.
Right. Don't get younger, nothing gets cheaper. Don't wait. Anyway, I'm going to go, guys. I've got a little doggy there. Thank you, Ivy, so much for putting this together. You just, way to slam it down, sis. That's just awesome. And thanks, everybody, all my great cousins. I miss you all and I love you all. And thanks for being there for my dad all the time.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Same for me. Love you.
Bye, everybody.
Hampers
You
open,
too.
anybody.
Alaska.
Thank you all. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good job.
Thanks a
Ivy.
lot, Ive.
Awesome.
Great
Bye,
job.
everybody.
Good to
Thanks,
see
Ivy.
everybody. Come to the reunion.
Okay.
See you there.
Bye.
August 8th
How do you?
in Wallace.
Yep. Yep. August 8th in Wallace.
I do not know.
Bottom right at the
The
on the
little
black
stop
bar.
sign
There's a
looking
little.
thing.
I see it. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
Great to see you all. Thank you. Beautiful
Yeah.
invitation, beautiful life, beautiful family.
Good to see you, Jim.
Pasta la eggs.
Thanks for helping out there, Zon.
Yeah, no problem.
My back.
Zoe, are you stuck in here?
Zoe stuck? No, I think she's gone.
No, I'm stuck.
Oh, okay. It's the black bar at the bottom.